right, welcome back to another episode of the Parlance Podcast. This man should be familiar to you guys. This is his third episode that he's been on, but if you guys do not remember, for those who are new to the channel, this is Nate Whitted, aka my cousin, the owner and CEO of Zenith Scott Marketing. Good to have you back, brother. How are you doing today?
Doing good. You doing good with your intro, by the way.
I'm being for real. I wasn't being sarcastic.
Talking about AJ. You can keep that. Thank you. I've been doing a lot of watching. I was watching Kevin Hart, and he was talking about how him and Chris Rock went to go see Dave Chappelle, who I think is the GOAT. Bernie is raw too, but Dave Chappelle is the GOAT. To me, that's just my personal preference. And he was saying how when other professionals go see professionals do their thing, they call it taking class. Mm-hmm. So I take class a lot. Now that I have my own podcast, I watch different podcasts that I kind of like model mines after. And I kind of just see how they do things. I just take the game from here without being like a copycat. I kind of like take the game, you know what I'm saying, to see what I can add from my show because things that are conducive, I will say. So, thank you, brother.
No problem.
Thank you. So, this particular episode is going to be a little bit different.
Okay.
It's going to be different in the sense of we're going to change the tone a little bit. So, now that we've had our introductory episode and we've had an episode with a topic, this topic is going to be a little bit more serious because I definitely believe that this is something that black men should talk about amongst their friends. And we had a little conversation about it prior. So, kicking it off, what do you think about therapy?
I think it's needed for our culture. We have a lot of struggles that we brush off and just adapt to it. And it doesn't show its head until we get older or until kids are put into the picture.
That's beautifully said. I agree with you 100%. And just to add perspective to it, I can see it in the people I love. I can see it in my parents. I can see it in my siblings. I can see it in my friends. But I say all that to say is like, for me, when I grew up, when I was growing up, while growing up, I started to realize certain habits were wrong. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't necessarily know the origin of it until I started wondering, why is this wrong with me? You know, and I didn't really know what to do about it either, you know what I'm saying? But I did start paying attention to it because I can honestly say, like, there's a lot of things and habits that I have that I don't like, you know what I'm saying? And so through the course of you having conversations with people that you love, and you start kind of paying more attention to the people that you love, the way they move, the way they operate, the way they think, you start to understand where these things start to come from inside of you. You know what I'm saying? And it's kind of sad because then when you start to realize how messed up you are as an individual, you start to kind of realize there was messed up individuals around you that kind of molded you, you know? And that's a hard pill to swallow because, like you said, you think that, or you can say that therapy is needed, especially in our community. I know a lot of people who don't share that same sentiment or that way of thinking. I know a lot of people, especially older people, are kind of stuck where they at, and they've normalized their traumas, you know? So, let me ask you this, do you think you need therapy?
Yes.
Sorry to admit, ain't it?
Yes.
It's hard to admit, bro, because I used to fight that thought for a minute. Like I said, around the time I started realizing things was something like it was a lot wrong with me, I remember I was having a conversation with somebody at my job, and I was like, dude, I think I need therapy. And he was like, I think you should get it. But then, what if it takes my creativity away? You know, honestly, or like, what if I can't speak from pain anymore? You know what I'm saying? And also, man, it's just like, sometimes you don't want to admit that something is wrong with you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I think honestly, bro, when I said it to the dude, it wasn't actually me saying it to him. I think I was just like in a bad place, and I just said it out loud, and he heard me say it, and he's like, "I think you should go." And I was like, "But what if it takes my creativity away? Or what if I can't speak through pain anymore? I think that's when I'm at my most creative." And he was like, "No, man, if you really feel that way, you should go see somebody." You know what I'm saying? And you know me, I have terrible anxiety too. You know, crippling at some points in my life. Like to where I disassociate, I get sleep paralysis. And yeah. It's a weird conversation to have, man. I ain't gonna lie to you, but like I said, this show is about perspective. And I know we've had our fun on the show, but I think, you know, my whole objective is to have the tough conversations for the people that do listen to me. I do think that these are things we should consider. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So you said that you can say that you need therapy.
Yes.
And let me ask you why. When did you realize that something just wasn't right?
Let me think. 2021, 2022. Around that time frame. When I lost somebody near and dear to me. Yeah, it was that. We talked about it. It was two pillars in my life. One passed away, the other I pushed away. And that's when I realized I needed therapy. But I was like, I could just go to the gym. That's my therapy. You know, and then find ways to do my own self-therapy. So yeah, but that's when I realized to answer your question.
Now, do you think it was the person that you pushed away and the person that you lost was the reason you needed therapy, or did you realize within those losses of those people that, or more so the person that you pushed away, did you realize in that moment like it was things that you did?
Absolutely, 1,000,000%.
Yeah.
Yeah. The second perspective that you had said, that's exactly how I feel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a real thing though. Yeah, you don't know what you got till it's gone. Cause I think I've had a lot of moments in my life where you don't know the traumas that you're projecting onto somebody else until you forced to think about it.
Yeah.
You know, you go, what the fuck did I just do? You know what I'm saying? So it was something that you said that triggered something, a thought process that I had that I can't really think of right now.
This water, by the way.
See why he needs therapy?
Lying.
I'm here lying to people.
What type of endorsement deal with these people?
I hope to one day. So let me ask you this, man. Like, if and you don't have to get uncomfortable,
Mm-hmm.
but if you could point out something that you think you needed healing on, what would it be?
Now or then?
It could be either or, bro.
Okay. I'll go then, and then I'll go to now. Then conflict resolution, how I articulate my emotions, how to take other people's feelings and thoughts into consideration instead of being on some my way or the highway type of vibes. Now, somebody told me I count favors too much of what I do. Yeah.
That's interesting. I kind of feel like I got some of that in me too. Cause like, okay, go ahead. I'm gonna listen. Go ahead.
I seen this fire quote that I referenced to the person, and I'm about to mess it up, but I gave so much love away for free, it costing me everything.
Explain that more.
About giving love away for free, and then it
The
costs you
second
everything.
part of it more so.
Oh, it costs you everything because in our culture, you think, oh, this person got me. Like, I'm going to look out for them, like, in whatever aspect, and they're going to look out for me later. Later may come and they may go MIA. But you was banking on that, or you thought y'all was at a point in y'all rapport or relationship that wouldn't have happened.
So, perspective.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy because I understand that because I'm like that. You know what I'm saying? Like the opposite way perspective. When I do something for somebody, I don't ever expect nobody. Excuse me, here's the water. When I do something for somebody, I do it to make myself feel better, and I try to tell myself not to expect that in return because I feel like I'm always like expecting disappointment. You know what I'm saying? So it's like if I do something for somebody, I'm almost damn near like, bro, you ain't got to do nothing back for me. Because then what's going to happen is you're going to tell me you're going to do it, and then you don't do it. You know what I'm saying? Right. And that's, I've even realized for myself, I get over apologetic when I don't live up to my end of the bargain. Like recently, me and my cousins, we supposed to be going, and my girl, we supposed to be going to see Kevin Hart in a couple months. And we were supposed to send her the money, and I lost my wallet downtown. I lost all my debit cards, all my credit cards, and so I froze my account. And I was like, look, I can't give you the money right now until I get all my shit back.
How you lose your wallet?
We was downtown, and we was running across the street, I'm guessing, and I had on shorts, which I never wear.
You have hoochie daddies?
I do not wear hoochie daddies, unless I'm at home.
Okay.
He said that because he wears hoochie daddies.
We ain't gonna bring that up.
I know, but you asked me. You asked me. But no, and like, so I couldn't send her the money when I wanted to. I was like, look, until I know all my finances is straight, nobody took my money. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel comfortable sending you the money. But I had told her, like, I got you here. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give this money to you here. And like when I said I probably apologized like 3 different times, like my fault. I know I said I was gonna do this and the third. She like, you cool, like you're not even that type of person. But me, because I think the trauma of always feeling let down or expecting somebody to let me down, when I feel like I'm doing that same thing, I feel like it hits me harder to where I'm like over apologetic. You know what I'm saying? And like my cousin is cool as fuck. She like, dude, you cool. She like, it even worked out better this way because her husband ended up going to Dallas for something like that. But like when I say, bro, I apologized to her 3 times. And then it's more to that story that I'm really not gonna say right now. Gotcha. But I'm gonna just put it like this. Where she was cool, somebody else was expecting something from me too, and that person took it a way different way. That was the reason why I feel the way I feel. Okay. So, because I owe somebody else something too, and I'm like, look, I'm not sending nobody no money until I get all my stuff back. And that person made me feel like I was a disappointment. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So, just another perspective on what you were saying. Like, I get it. I get how that can cause trauma or be traumatic to somebody. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense. It does. Okay. So, that was, you said counting favors?
Yes.
Okay, now
that's something that was brought to my attention recently. That's something I need to work on. Mm-hmm. I don't want to work on it though because, like I was telling that person, I don't want to make the same mistakes I made in my 20s going into my 30s. I don't want to wait for my flowers. I want them now. I don't want to wait 6 years. I don't want to wait 6 months. I might wait 6 days. Sorry for the 666. Let's say 7. But no, I don't know. If I look out for you, okay, I understand. I don't do charity. I want my money back. I want returning energy. If you ain't
rocking with me, then don't pretend to be. That's crazy, man. See, and again, man, like, I'm gonna take a moment to talk to the audience. This is the reason why this show was created. Is because me and him have different perspectives. And I respect it, though.
Yeah, me too.
If I give you some shit, bro, give it back to me, because that's how it should be.
Absolutely.
My dad always taught me, you take care of people who take care of you. Yes. You show up for people who show up for you.
Let's stay there right quick. We know some people. I'm not going to say names. Person A reached out to person B for some money. Person A hasn't paid person B their money back, and it's bothering me that person A hasn't paid person B their money back. Like, it's really, really bothering me. And I'm working not to, like, say nothing. Mm-hmm. Just let it all work out, like the song. So help me God.
If person A does not pay person B back their money, it's gonna be a nice
This comes from
conversation.
people we know?
Yes.
Okay. We gonna talk about that on camera.
Okay.
Because I'm lost. I'm lost right now. Okay. But so, and that's another thing I noticed about you. Can I bring up not my I said me and his dad I have the same name. Can I bring it up?
Mm-hmm.
I noticed something about you. And if it's an area of your trauma, I noticed that you do a lot to defend it. When you see that particular thing being done to somebody else. Like you said, like I noticed you have a deep, deep hate for deadbeats.
Yes.
And which you should.
If I could push a button to make them all alive.
Okay, well, he just said he wanted to be God. No, but I ain't gonna go that far. But at the end of the day, man, if you got kids, be a man.
Be in their lives.
Right. Cause there's some people out here who would kill me with their kids.
Yes.
But I noticed that even with you, like, you got a real deep hatred for deadbeats. And just like you said, man, you big on, like, I guess counting favors would be the category we can stay in, and you now notice that there was a favor being done and that energy wasn't returned. So why do you think when it comes to something that tugs on a personal trauma of yours that you so quick to defend it?
Because I feel like how your dad was telling you, if somebody looked out for you and was there for you, make sure you show up for them, make sure you pay them back. I just have a moral compass that I feel a lot of people, maybe theirs was disabled or it was never enabled. So that's why. And I don't want to brush something off if I see it could be an issue.
Yeah.
I like to address things head on. I don't duck nothing. I don't block nothing. I don't. What's the other one they be doing? Block, duck. Like, I just address things head on. I don't know how you can live life and be like. Oh.
See, so again, this is always about perspective, and it's crazy because we know each other like the back of our heads, but this is the conversation I think that needed to be had.
Mm-hmm.
I'm opposite of that in a certain way. If I know you're the type of person I could talk to,
Yeah.
I'm gonna say something to you. If I know you're gonna be easy to receive it,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say something to you. If I feel like you're not gonna listen to me,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say nothing to you. If I feel like you're not gonna receive what I got to say, I'm not gonna say nothing to you. And I think it's trauma for me because like there were a lot of, well, excuse me, this is water again.
Not to cut you off. Block, duck, deflect.
I don't.
Okay.
I don't do those three things.
Yeah, I do notice that you do not deflect. I give you that one.
Thank you, King.
You know. But no, like I know, and I was trying to like wonder where that is, cause I'm the type of person like I notice like I'll ignore something for a minute, but then I explode. And when
Like that.
yeah, and I hate it because
It's very dangerous.
it is, bro. Because then what happened is people start labeling me as like aggressive.
Angry black man.
Angry black man, you know what I'm saying? Or people start labeling me like I was crazy, or like labeling me like the crash out. And I'm like, dude, like, what? Like, y'all didn't see all that time I was cool?
That you was provoking me?
And that blows me because that stuff still follows me to the point where people joke about it. And I'm like, dude, like, most of the time y'all see me, I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? But when I have moments, and that's partially my fault because at the end of the day, I can't do it like how you do it. You know what I'm saying? Like to where in those moments when things need to be said, I can't always say it because it's like I'm already thinking, how is this conversation gonna go?
Yeah.
And what's gonna happen is you're not gonna listen to me, and that's gonna piss me off. And what's gonna happen when you piss me off, I'm gonna get aggressive. And if I get aggressive, then you're gonna turn away because I got another like kind of like an abandonment issue in a way. Mm-hmm. Like I get scared when people see the worst in me that it's gonna leave me. So I think that also kind of like plays hand in hand because sometimes I'll do this thing to where like I going on this rabbit hole of thinking, all right, well, if I say something, this person's going to say something back. That's going to piss me off. So I'm going to get aggressive. But if I get aggressive, the crash out that everybody labels me to be is going to rear its ugly head. Mm-hmm. And then when I do that, somebody's going to leave.
Speaking of abandonment, do you think you would need to go to therapy for that? Because if you can't be vulnerable enough to show the worst side of you, it's going to be times where you make it seem like everything is good and it's not.
Yeah, because even now it's still hard for me to have those conversations when I know I need to say something. Because if I don't, I'm hitting that, I'm about to crash out. And I have to let go of that fear of like somebody gonna leave me because they see the worst side of me. If like you can't take into account all the good that I've been for you, how much I've showed up for you, and this one moment is enough for you to walk away from me, I have to truly learn you're not for me. You don't deserve to be in my life. If you can't see me in my worst moments and understand who I've always been in my best. But I also got to understand, like, why do I have that fear? I get that fear out of everything, man. Like, even, like, a stranger, dude. Stranger may say something that pissed me off or do something that was unpolite. And like a man, I always go, why didn't I speak up? It's not because I'm scared, because I don't fear nobody but God. I think I fear myself, dog. Because I know, like, how far, like, fuck it, Devon goes. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, nah, let it ride. And it's not because I'm worried about what somebody else is going to do, worried about what I'm going to do, you know, and I don't know where that comes from, you know?
Yeah.
I've hit that moment before. I laugh at it now, man, but I just remember a moment where I hit that, like, that wall of, like, whatever happens, happens. And I was like, yeah, I can't do that again.
It's dangerous.
Yeah, I can't do that again, bro. You ever been in the gym and you knew, like, I got to do work any day, but you just ain't have enough energy?
I know exactly what you're talking about, bro. Just that little extra man, but
So let me tell you what I do.
Okay.
I visit Red Cotton Bun. They have an app, they have a website, and I got this Total War.
Oh, okay.
They got pre-workouts just like this Total War that I got. They got other supplements that you can use, and they got merchandise.
Mm-hmm.
So what you can do is download the app or visit the website. Use my discount code DNarrative1208.
Okay.
20% off your purchase, man.
I said less, my guy.
But all of that to say, bro, I respect the way you handle things. You know what I'm saying? And I also did peep, though, that you said that it was something that you didn't want to change.
About the confederate, because in my earlier 20s, I wasn't confederate. I was just doing it off the love. I was just doing it because
something happened and you like, I can't do it no more.
Yep.
Yep. I get it. Yeah.
Because we had this talk at your last spot. Well, the spot for your last spot. Even saying that just took me back in time. But it's like, it's certain things I wish I didn't go through. I wish I didn't know. Like, I wish I was oblivious to it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is one of those.
That's weird. So my perspective on that is that I understand that way of thinking because there's a lot of things I wish I didn't go through. But because my story's not written, I cannot tell myself if what I went through was for a reason or not. Because you got people out here who will tell you that things they don't happen for a reason. And you have moments in your life where you can go, okay, I respect that perspective because I still don't have that answer as to why that happened to me. But there's also a lot of things have happened and you don't realize how prevalent it's supposed to be in your life until it's prevalent in your life. Right. Like there's been conversations that me and you had, that an experience that I can say I had may have helped you. in that moment where I'm like, oh, well, I went through that because that experience helped me help him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that helped you probably become a better man or change something that you was doing.
The gym.
Yeah, we'll take that.
I can't do that.
You see my arm? It's not like this.
But yeah, the gym, honestly, you know, I used to be big, 250. It's just I'm kind of tall, so it don't look like it.
Yeah.
But it was a picture that we took. I'm gonna post it once I get my 6-pack. I ain't had no neck. Just utterly disgusting. Boy.
Brother,
Right. But yeah, the gym for sure.
Yeah. So, and it was crazy. So, let's just say you go to therapy.
Okay.
Does Nate tell his therapist about the things that he don't want to untwist though?
Yes. I believe in being transparent.
Okay.
I believe in putting it all out there. You know, not on social media, but behind closed doors or with certain people that need to know certain things. Yeah. I don't believe in telling 30% of the story, 50, 70. No, I'm telling the whole story. And I'm going to tell it where you can understand this person's side, you can understand my side, and then you fill in the rest or not.
Yeah. I think that's another thing too, that I realized I needed therapy on is because like as I get older and start to understand certain parts of myself and I start understanding like the effect that another person had on me, I am now the type of person where I go like if I realize I got this trauma, I don't know what type of trauma they got. You know what I'm saying? They always say hurt people.
Hurt people.
And that's another thing too, man, like speaking from the perspective of a father, dude, like that is scary when you start to go down that rabbit hole.
It is.
It's a very scary place to be, man, because we'll save that for another conversation.
Okay.
God willingly, if you know what I'm saying.
Yes.
So all in all, you would say that you need therapy, though.
Yes, because I'm sure it's other ways that I conduct my life that may, I don't want to say lead to my demise, but just certain things I need to improve on.
Yeah.
That's why I always appreciate feedback from people when they say certain things, even if it come out of an argument, because it's something somebody told me. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna look into the camera with this one. This person said something to me. They said 3 things I've been really taking heed to what they said.
Drink some more water.
Water ain't that color.
It's Fiji water. I'm trying to think of something.
Flavor water. But no, it's something somebody told me. And once I get to a certain point in my life, I'm going to speak on it. Because they were right. They were very right. But I didn't know that area needed to be worked on in my life until they told me.
So let me ask you this. What do you think it is about the older generation that when you tell them something that they're doing wrong, based off of the fact that we are in an era where people are a little bit more aware of mental health, mm-hmm. and they are aware of trauma, and they are aware of their parents' trauma even, or the things that the people before us had to go through that we don't necessarily have to go through anymore.
Right.
But we do notice that what people had to go through in the past caused a different type of trauma that we deal with. But what do you feel about the people who, like, when you tell, like, if you were to tell your parent, like, hey, man, like, you're not doing that right, coming from a kid, but how do I want to say this? I'm fucking it up. Ooh, take that out. I'm just playing. But how do you feel about the fact that as a younger generation and being more aware of mental health, how do you feel about the fact that the older generation seems a little bit more stubborn about healing, about facing their traumas, that they're a lot more set in their ways? Because that's a conversation that needs to be had.
is.
With the older generation too, because like you even said, my way or the highway, that is something that I noticed the older generation is stuck to.
And I was on that energy, that vibe, that wavelength in my early 20s.
By the way, he just said 2 of my songs.
That was intentional. I'm glad you caught it, Kenny. I'm glad
It's the water. Something in the water.
But I think if you don't feed your brain and really take time to see life from another angle besides yours, then you just gonna stay the same. I think a lot of older people are content in chaos.
Damn. Yeah. Wait, so let me ask you this though. Do you think they're content or do you think they're too scared? Not even scared. Maybe scared, but not really scared. How do I want to say it? Not content. Too stagnant to go, a change has to be made, but in order for this change to be made, work has to be done. I don't have time to do this work. Or do you think they're more on the sense of like, shit, it's kind of late for me. I don't want to change it.
No, I don't think that. Let's get on the past. I believe it boils down to accountability. And accountability either gonna make you better or it's gonna make you bitter.
Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Because I've seen both. Like, even with me being accountable, man, like, accountability is not easy at all. When somebody say you doing something, you're like, but if you care about that relationship with the person or you care about your growth, you go back to the drawing board.
Yeah.
And that's something, like you said, man, there's been a lot of areas in my life where I've been told something, like you said, that you don't want to necessarily hear, or something that became prevalent in your life, and you're like, oh, yeah, you was right, bro.
Yeah.
You know, so we're going to close it. Before I close, I do want to say this. This is a conversation that I'm going to have with other guests that you have seen on the show and guests that you have not seen on the show, because, again, this is a show about perspective. And although this is the first time I've talked about therapy and stuff like that, again, like something that you just said, about like holding people accountable. You know what I'm saying? Like, I believe that we are in a time where when perspectives don't match, we don't talk about it. You know what I'm saying?
People block, people ignore.
And I think that's trauma.
I think it's childlike behavior, and you haven't learned to be an adult, because I was about to use a real life scenario, but I'm not. You can have differences. That's cool. But how do you react if you have a difference with somebody? Do you cuss? Do you cut them off? Or you fight them just because their views is different than yours? Instead of having to sit down and talk like adults.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that plays back to my trauma, you know what I'm saying? To where, like I said, I don't necessarily like love talking to certain people. Like, I know for a fact, with the way that me and you get along, if I do something stupid or you do something stupid, we can sit each other down and be like, bro, that was stupid. But I'm not going to take it no way, because I know it's coming from a place of love. Because at the end of the day, I'll realize you don't have to tell me about my faults. Because at the end of the day, you can let me skate with doing some stupid stuff, because it's really not your life you have to worry about. My life you have to worry about.
Yep.
But if you care about somebody, you go, hey, man, that's not smart. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to see you keep on messing up.
Right.
But we are in a time now where instead of somebody educating somebody, we bash each other. We attack each other. You know what I'm saying? We don't hold each other accountable in a way that's healthy. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? No, I can go all day about it. But I encourage anybody who may watch this, think about if you need therapy. Think about if you need mental health. Start encouraging yourself to be more accountable for things that you may or may not be doing right. that was the reason for this. Like I said, I'm gonna have the conversation with more people.
But be real with yourself. Please understand. You may feel like you the sugar honey iced tea, but you still need to see your pros and your cons and know you're not perfect.
Yeah. Very true. That's the reason for this, man. This is like, again, I know we have fun conversations on here, but I think some conversations just need to be had. And like I said, man, I know I need therapy. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't even tell you. I've actually started going.
Congrats, man. I'm happy about that.
You know what, man? There was some moments in there too where I would explain certain stuff, and I'm like, I knew it. You know what I'm saying?
I knew I wasn't tripping.
I knew I wasn't tripping. But yeah, man. So like from brother to brother, man, black man to black man, friend to friend, fam to fam, and I encourage you to go get the healing that you need, bro. And I'm encouraging y'all to go get the healing that you need. And like he said, be real with yourself. Heal.
Yes.
This has been another episode of the Parlance Podcast. Make sure you go stream Von Merritt's music on all digital streaming platforms.
Spell it for him.
VONMERR, 2 R's. ITT, 2 T's, 2 R's, 2 T's.
What song should they check out?
All of them.
What's your favorite?
All of them. Again, we want to thank Nathaniel Whitted for being on the show again. You're going to see him a lot. He going to be here a lot. We're going to have a lot of these conversations. Because like I said before, our conversations is actually very... the very reason that this show exists. Yeah, honestly. I was trying to find a more profound way to say it.
It's also introspective.
Yeah, that too. So, to the CEO, the owner, the founder of Zenith Sky Marketing, we thank you, brother. Damn, nigga. You an owner?
Something like
I appreciate you, brother.
No problem, bro.